Hundreds of pounds of meth off the streets. This is what DEA agents found when they raided yet another Gwinnett County storage facility. Piles of packaged drugs.
America, you need to understand what's happening in Gwinnett County, Georgia. Federal agents raided a storage unit in Norcross and found 325 pounds of methamphetamine. That's nearly 1,500 individual packages stacked like inventory in a warehouse. But here's the part that's going to blow your mind. This illegal immigrant from Mexico, Marco Cueto-Rosales, was running this operation like a legitimate business, making 4 trips a day to manage his drug inventory. The DEA watched him treat an American storage facility like his personal cartel distribution center. And when they moved in, they found enough meth to destroy entire communities across multiple states.
A man living in the U.S. illegally now facing federal charges after a massive drug seizure in Gwinnett County. Let's show you these pictures. It's what federal investigators found last month inside a storage unit in Norcross. Investigators say Marco Rosales hid 325 pounds of meth inside the unit. Investigators also say Rosales is an illegal alien from Mexico.
What is up, guys? Tyson de la Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. When I tell you that Mexican cartels have turned American suburbs into their personal drug warehouses, this is exactly what I'm talking about. They're not just crossing the border. They're setting up shops in our neighborhoods and treating our communities like conquered territory. Let me break down exactly what federal agents discovered in this Norcross storage facility. This wasn't some small-time drug dealing. This was a sophisticated cartel operation using American storage units as distribution hubs.
Stacked inside of this truck bed sits nearly 1,500 packages of methamphetamine weighing 325 pounds. It's at least the second time in 2 years the DEA has found cartel-linked drugs hidden inside of a storage unit in Gwinnett County.
And this is at least the second time in 2 years that the DEA has found cartel-linked drugs hidden in Gwinnett County storage units. According to the federal indictment, DEA agents watched Marco make 4 trips to this storage unit in one day, moving black tote bins and trash bags around. They weren't just storing drugs here. They were actively managing inventory like a legitimate business.
The DEA says they started watching 47-year-old Marco Cueto-Rosales at an apartment before following him to a public storage facility on Jones Mill Road last month.
The DEA conducted professional surveillance following Marco from his apartment to the storage facility when a Gwinnett County police canine alerted of the smell of the drugs coming from the unit. They had probable cause for federal search warrants. When agents executed that warrant, they found Marco with the key to the storage unit on his key ring. He was caught red-handed managing a cartel distribution center out of a storage unit. Now, here's what makes this case even more significant. This is part of a pattern of Mexican cartel activity that's been escalating in Gwinnett County. Just a few months ago, I covered a massive bust that I'm dubbing the Cartel Carpool. And that case shows how brazen these operations have become.
According to prosecutors and according to her arrest warrant, this woman was found with nearly 25 kilograms of fentanyl. And so you may be wondering, what does that look like in pounds? That's roughly 57 pounds of fentanyl, enough to kill more than 12 million people, which is everyone in the state of Georgia.
And the woman arrested, Celia Lara Rosa, had a child in the car with her. She was linked to the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, one of the most violent criminal organizations in Mexico. Think about this pattern. First, we had Cecilia Lara Rios with 57 pounds of fentanyl and a child in the car, linked to the Jalisco cartel. Now we have Marco Rosales with 325 pounds of meth in a storage unit. Both illegal immigrants, both working for the Mexican cartel, both using Gwinnett County as their base of operations. Mexican cartels have identified Gwinnett County as a strategic location for their American operations, and they're flooding the area with drugs and operatives. The good news is that this case is being prosecuted under Operation Take Back America, President Trump's nationwide initiative to eliminate cartels and transnational criminal organizations from American soil. According to the federal indictment, Marco faces charges of conspiracy and possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine. These, my friends, are federal charges that carry decades in prison.
Professor Jose de Cruz studies drug cartels at Georgia Southern University and the U.S. Army War College, but stresses these are his personal views. He says what happened in Gwinnett County is part of a growing trend.
So you just take that as a cost of doing business.
And that is exactly why we need systematic operations like Take Back America. We have to make the cost higher than the profit. When cartels can lose 325 pounds of meth and just write it off as overhead, that tells you how much money they're making from poisoning American communities. Now let's talk about why cartels are using storage units for their operation. This isn't just convenience, it's strategic, and it shows how systematic these criminal organizations have become.
And the methods are becoming ever more creative.
Storage units are perfect for drug trafficking operations. They're private, accessible 24/7, and blend into normal commercial areas. You can rent one with a fake ID, pay for it in cash, and access them without attracting attention. It's like having a warehouse without overhead. But here's what some of these cartel members didn't count on. Federal agents are adapting too. The DEA is now monitoring storaging facilities, tracking suspicious rental patterns, and using canines like they always did to detect drugs.
There's no safe haven. There's no safe community anymore. The criminal organization and cartels are everywhere, and
Professor Cruz makes a crucial point. There is no safe haven. There is no safe community anymore. The criminal organizations and cartels are everywhere. This isn't just a border problem or a big city problem. Cartels are operating in suburban storage facilities in Georgia. This Gwinnett County bust represents something much bigger, at least in my opinion, than just a regular drug seizure. The evidence that Mexican cartels have established permanent infrastructure in American communities, and they're using our own systems to distribute poison to our families. The fact that both major busts in Gwinnett County involved illegal immigrants working for Mexican cartels also isn't a coincidence. It is a strategy. Cartels are smuggling operatives across the border specifically to manage American operations in suburban areas. Marco wasn't just some random drug dealer. According to the federal indictment, he told investigators he was in the country illegally, and he came here specifically to work for the cartel. This is why, my friends, border security and immigration enforcement are national security issues. When we allow people to enter our country illegally, we're not just dealing with immigration violations. We're dealing with cartel operatives who are here to poison American communities. That 325 pounds of meth found in that Norcross storage unit was across from American streets, American schools, and American families. Every package seized represents a life saved and communities protected. America, the cartel bust in Gwinnett County shows exactly why we need Operation Take Back America. Mexican drug cartels aren't just operating at the border. They're establishing distribution centers in suburban storage facilities, using illegal immigrants as operatives and treating American communities like their personal territory. The pattern is clear. First, Celia Laura Rios with 57 pounds of fentanyl and a child in the car. Now Marco Rosales with 325 pounds of meth in a storage unit. Both illegal immigrants, both working for the Mexican cartel, both caught in Gwinnett County. My friends, this isn't just about drugs, it's about sovereignty. When foreign criminal organizations can establish infrastructure in American communities, rent storage units with fake IDs, and operate distribution centers under our nose, we lost control of our own territory. The good news is that federal agents are fighting back. The DEA, working with local police, is systematically dismantling these operations. Every storage unit raided, every cartel operative arrested, every pound of drug seized makes our community safer. But we can't just play defense. We need to secure our border and stop cartel operatives from entering our country. We need to deport illegal immigrants who are working for criminal organizations. And we need to make the cost of operating in America so high that cartels need to look elsewhere. Let me know what you think about this. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.